What is going on, guys? Crazy Chris here from JNC Gaming, and today we are going to be playing Find People. Now, I've been playing this for a little bit, and it is pretty kind of hard. And today I want to be talking to y'all about something that happened to me when I was in middle school. Oh, found them. Alright, something that happened to me when I was in middle school. It was around lunchtime. It was actually at lunch. And it was me and my friends, and we're all playing around. It was after recess, and we went to lunch. And me and my friends, we like to play around a lot. Like, we like to pick on each other. And we're just playing around with each other. I don't know if you would call it being mean or what, but we're just like telling jokes to each other, picking on each other. And so he decided to talk about my mom. And so I was like, oh, okay, so maybe he's gonna go into your mama jokes. And so we started going into your mama jokes, and we went back and forth with that, like stupid jokes like that. And I guess I might have taken it a little too far, and he had pulled like a switch knife kind of thing on me, and I was like, I wasn't super scared, but I was like, oh, okay, maybe I went too far with this. And where's this guy at? But yeah, I was like, maybe I went too far with this. And so I told him, put that thing away. You're gonna get in trouble for having that. And so he was like, all right, and he put it up. And so I went home after school that day, and my parents asked me, hey, how's school, Christian? I was like, oh, it's good. And as I was walking upstairs, I was like, just had a switchblade pulled out on me. And they looked at each other and they're like, what? And it was like so hilarious. And so they're like, tell me about the story. And I told them what happened. Oh, this guy again. And so I told them what happened. And they're like, talking about what we should do about it. And I told them like maybe it was partly my fault. Maybe I went too far with what I did. And they're like, no, he shouldn't have done that. And so they called. They told me to call the principal and tell the principal about it. And I was kind of iffy about it because the whole thing about not wanting to be a snitch and getting people in trouble. And I'm like, no, you're gonna tell him about it because you could. You never know if he could do it again. And I was like, all right. And so I called the principal, told him the whole story about it. And then that next day, they had the cops go to the school, and I had to write a statement saying that he actually did that. That wasn't lying. And this is what kind of freaked me out because I was like, man, I don't want to get anything wrong about what I'm saying. Like they told me this. They're like, if you lie in any part of this, you're gonna be held responsible for what's happening, and you could possibly uh, go to juvie or do something. I was like, okay, and so I had to make sure I had to remember what happened, and so I wrote down my statement, and I they said, was there any witnesses? I told them I don't want to give out the witnesses' names, and they're like, okay. And they're like, well, you're gonna have to tell us anyways. And I was like, okay. So I told them, and they got those people out of class. and both of those witnesses were in my classes, so they're like, "Why are we going down there to the principal's office too?" And I guess they figured out, and then they wrote their statement, and then that kid ended up, I, I believe he told me he got suspended, and then I saw him in high school, and we we were like really good friends in high school. Like we'd have lunch with each other, and we'd go to the library, just hang out. But yeah, he was. I like whenever I saw him in high school, I was like, bro, I'm sorry about what happened. He said that he was sorry too, and he was like, we were, oh, there she is. We were stupid kids when we were little, or when we were in middle school. Not little, really, because it wasn't really that long. And like, we cool. He was like, yeah, we're cool. And so then we became friends after that, and we've just been laughing ever since. All about that time that happened. And so, yep, that's basically about my story about when I had like a switch knife pulled out on me, and they went into his locker, and they had to busted open his locker to search through it to make sure he didn't have any other stuff in it. So yeah, all right, guys, this is where I'm gonna end it. I just want to thank y'all, and if this is y'all's first time seeing my videos, please like and subscribe. This is Crazy Chris from JNC Gaming signing out.